Good morning, students. In the last video, I have explained about the Jilla Parishad or Jilla Panchayat composition and functions. The next concept under that only the role and functions of elected representatives of Jilla Parishad or Jilla Panchayat. So, what are the role and functions of the elected representatives of the Jilla Panchayat or Parishad? So the first one is about the functions of Chief Executive Officer or CEO. So he exercises all the powers specially imposed or conferred upon him by or under the act or under any other law for the time being in force. So he exercises all the powers that are given to him by the central government, maybe by the act or by the law or any other means. Then he controlled the officers and official of or holding office of under the Jilla Panchayat subject to the general superintendent and control of the Adhyaksha and such rules as may be prescribed. So he has the control over the officers of the Jilla Parishad and he has the control over the administration of the Jilla Panchayat or Jilla Parishad. Next function is he supervises and control the execution of all works of the Jilla Panchayat. So whatever functions that should be, if they have to be executed in Jilla Panchayat means they should get the permission from the CEO, that is Chief Executive Officer. So he supervises and he has the control over all the activities of the Jilla Panchayat. Next is he takes necessary measures for the speedy execution of all works and development schemes of the Jilla Panchayat. So he will he will take the necessary measures for in order to execute any new plan or any for any developmental schemes of the Jilla Panchayat. Next is he have the custody of all the papers and documents connected with the proceedings of the meetings of the Jilla Panchayat and its committees. So he has the custody means he the all the papers or the documents of any meetings or the any discussions with the committees, so everything will be in the with the this CEO. So he has the custody, he will maintain those accounts, he will look after that. Then he draw the and disperse monies out of the Jilla Panchayat funds. So he will draw how to spend the fund and where we have to distribute the funds and all. Next is he exercises such other powers and discharge such other functions as may be prescribed. Then the chief executive officer shall attend meeting of Jilla Panchayat and shall have right to attend the meetings of any committee thereof and to take part in the discussion, but shall not have the right to move any resolution or to vote. So the chief executive officer or CEO, he has the right to attend all the meetings and he has the right to call for the meetings. So, and if but he don't have the right to pass any resolution or so then he don't have the right to vote. That is about the functions of the CEO. Next is the functions of Chief Account Officer, that is CAO. The Chief Account Officer shall advise the Jilla Panchayat in matters of financial policy and shall be responsible for all the matters relating to the accounts of the Jilla Panchayat, including the preparation of the annual accounts and budget. So here the CAO is the account officer, chief account officer of the Jilla Panchayat, and he will look after all the accounts work of the Jilla Panchayat, and he will prepare the financial policy and he will prepare the annual reports and budgets, annual accounts and budgets of the Jilla Panchayat. The next function is the CAO is the custodian of the Jilla Panchayat fund, and also he advises the Chief Executive Officer and President of the Jilla Panchayat in financial matters. So he has the custody of the the Jilla Panchayat fund, because he will deal with all the financial matters of the Jilla Panchayat, and he has the right to advise the CEO and the president of the Jilla Panchayat in case of financial matters, like how to spend, where to distribute the funds. So all these things, and he will directly work under the chief executive officer. Next function is the chief account officer. Through his accounts officer, audit and compilation, conducts the internal audit of the different departments or institution which are coming under the administrative control of Jilla Panchayat. So the CAO, he will look after the he will conduct internal audit of all the departments that comes under the administration of the Jilla Panchayat. Next function is he will watch the expenditure of the implementing officers against the grants released to them. So he will look after that, how much money has been given to them to implement the for anything, any scheme for the particular department, and how much they are spending. So whether they are misusing any fund or anything, so he has to watch that. Then he will also keep an eye on the strict adherence of the norms prescribed for schemes during their implementation by the executives. So he will the CAO, he will keep an eye on the strict adherence, whether they are following all the rules and regulations, or whether they are doing any corruption or misusing any laws or anything, whether they are implementing all the schemes or not. So he has to see to it that the administration work and the accounts work. So that is about the functions of the CAO, chief accounts officer. The next function is the functions of the chief planning officer, that is CPO. Then the functions is formulating perspective plan, that is 5-year plan and annual plan for the development of the district. Next is determining priorities for the district. So what is required for the development of district, he has to find out that. Then based on these priorities, allocating outlays to sectors or department and ensuring outlays for the some unmarked programs. Based on the requirements, he will allocate the outlays and say to the particular department or sectors. Then guiding the district officer in formulation of suitable schemes in accordance with the local needs and local resources in the framework of the district objectives. So guiding the district officer in formulating the suitable scheme, which scheme is suitable in accordance with the local needs, what are the resources are required, and which scheme is suitable for the betterment of any for the needy people. So all these things with the along with the objectives, they have to keep in mind the objectives of the district objectives. Next function is finalizing physical targets for various sectors in consultation with the concerned departments. Next is identifying area for integration and ensuring their integration in the sectorial plans, whether they are for the each department, whether they are they want the how much money, so like what they want, what are the requirements, everything he has to look after. Then assisting gram panchayats in preparation of the annual development plan and incorporating the same in the district plan. So he will assist, means he will ask the gram panchayat to prepare the annual plans, and also for the taluk panchayat, and include those plans in the district plan as well as. Then monitoring the progress of implementation of the district plan, including achievement in targets and maintaining the time schedule and initiation of corrective response. So here he has to monitor the once the scheme is implemented, whether it is helpful for the, or whether it is in whether that scheme is in progress, whether it is improving, so that he has to monitor. Then carrying out such assignment as are given from time to time by the state level district planning division. So the assignment that are given by the state level district planning division, so whether everything is carrying out time to time, so he has to look after that. So all these are the functions performed by the chief planning officer. Next is the functions of the deputy secretary, that is for the administration. So the control over personnel coming under the jurisdiction of Jilla Panchayat, including Rural Development Department. So, what is his the deputy secretary's functions of the administration? That is sanctioning of leave and advances, then purchase of vehicles and maintenance, then purchase of stationery and furniture, etc. Then administrative control of all departments, including taluk panchayat. That is he has to look after the administrative control of all the taluk panchayats and all the departments. Then inspection of subordinate officers, how they are working on offices. Then reviewing of diaries of the subordinate officers, whether they are updating everything or not. Then according of administrative section or the proposal of subordinate officers. Then any other work entrusted by the chief executive officer. So whatever work given by the chief executive officer, he has to perform that. Next is about the functions of deputy secretary. It is for the development. So implementation of rural development and panchayat raj schemes. So here his function is to implement the rural development and panchayat raj schemes. Next is the drinking water supply schemes. Then minor irrigation works. Then roads, construction of roads, bridges and buildings. Next special component programs. Then stamp duty. Then central government schemes. Then any other work entrusted by the chief executive officer. So all these are the functions performed by the deputy secretary of the development. Next is the manpower and credit planning officer. So what is his function? The preparing of the manpower budget for the district, identifying pockets of unemployment period and nature of unemployment, formulating an employment plan, and dovetailing the same with the district development plans. So here he will prepare the manpower budget for the district. Then he will identify the unemployment, where and all unemployment is there, and what is the period and nature of unemployment, and then he will formulate the employment plan for the development of a particular district. Then identifying and initiating training programs in areas suited to the district needs. So here he has to identify and initiate the training programs in the area where that is needed. Then organizing coordinated training programs for officers and personnel in the field cadres from time to time. Next is maintaining liaison with the lead bank of the district in the preparation of the credit plan for the district. Next is the ensuring mobilization of institutions credit through various financing agencies. Then reviewing district credit plans. Then integrating district credit plan with the district development plan, merging. Then any other work entrusted by the chief planning officer. So whatever work, so all these are the functions performed by the manpower and credit planning officer. Next is the statistical officer. So here the statistical officer, he is maintaining all the statistical information of taluk wise or gram panchayat wise relevant to the planning and development, and ensuring the updating of the such data periodically. Next is the maintaining benchmark data on important socio-economic aspects in a gram namune and updating the same every year he has to update. Next is reviewing and monitoring the plan expenditure periodically. So he has to review and monitor the planned expenditure periodically. Next is preparing monthly review of the implementation of the planned program in the district. Then any other work entrusted by the chief planning officer. So all these are the work performed by the functions performed by the statistical officer. So all these are the functions, role and functions of the elected representatives of the Jilla Parishad. So this with that I have completed this PRI, that is Panchayat Raj Institution, 3 level of Panchayat Raj Institution. Thank you.